Well, you've heard the news lately, old chap, haven't you? You've heard the news.
By all means, I have it delivered to me every day. This faithful mutt, he picks it up from my doorstep.
Bat dog! Bat dog!
They're making the print smaller and smaller these days. So much news happening. I'm like, what's happening in the news? Can't read it.
It's funny because usually the headline's really big and it says, "End of the world."
Holy crap. Goodness me, what was that?
It's the devil inside this. Okay, so the end of the world, Lewis. It's been predicted many times. Every time it's been wrong. Or has it been?
Well, like the Mayan calendar and all this other stuff.
Yep.
Throughout history, people have been declaring it's the end of the world. Never fucking happened, has it?
So these aren't even all of them.
You're saying it's only a matter of time before someone gets it right?
Well, statistically, yes.
Yeah. Well,
unless everyone stops guessing, and then it will just happen one day, and they'll go, "Oh, I was just gonna say, I was just gonna tweet, oh, I bet the fucking world ends today," but God, I missed out on all those likes.
Yeah.
Not that it matters, because the world ended.
Well, you wouldn't have got any likes anyway. Yeah.
No one would be alive.
Well, who knows what comes after?
Why don't we kill the dog and see what happens to him?
Right. He's already dead.
What?
He's not dead, don't worry, he's perfectly fine.
He's fine, ladies and gentlemen.
Fine.
Kids, if you're watching, it's fine. The dog's alive, everything's fine.
The dog is fine.
He's alive, he's in tremendous pain.
Johannes Stoffler.
Johannes Stoffler?
Sure.
A German mathematician and astronomer who predicted that the world would end back in 1524.
Right.
So, a little bit before 3:30 in the afternoon.
How was it going to end?
A flood. A great flood. Much like in biblical times.
Yeah, that biblical one.
Yeah, the big one.
The big one.
With Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
Noah's Ark? So, boat businesses boomed.
Ooh.
Obviously, everyone wanted a boat. If there's going to be a big float, a big boat? Float?
A big float.
Strong condylence.
What's happening?
So there's going to be a big flood. You're going to need boats in order to float on the flood water.
Believe it or not, I did understand what the first time. I know it was difficult, but I did get it.
The big day arrived, 20th of February, 1524, and it started to rain.
Oh, shit.
Everyone lost their minds. There was a particular massive ark that had been built on the Rhine, the German river. It had 3 stories to it. It was a big, grand boat. Obviously, some rich businessmen had built.
Stoffler's Ark.
Hundreds were killed attempting to board it.
Oh,
there was
my
a riot
gosh.
outside. People trying to get in, fighting each other. They just assumed that if they didn't get in the ark, they were going to die. So people were willing to kill or maybe even die themselves in order to save their families. Chaos.
Why didn't he just pick 2 of them?
So obviously the world didn't end. Exactly. And Stoffler said, "Okay guys, my bad. I got it wrong. I miscalculated something.
It's good of him to admit.
I forgot that 2 + 3 is 5. I thought it was 6. I messed up."
Oh.
He said, actually, it's going to happen in 30 years' time.
So 1554.
Yeah. Just before 4 in the afternoon.
It's like the boy who cried flood. You know, it's an old story.
I remember that. There was a boy who was tasked with looking after some sheep, and he was bored. He didn't like it. And it began raining, and he said, "Oh my God, Mama, Papa, there's going to be a big flood. All the sheep are going to drown." And then they rushed outside, and it was a bright sunny day, and they were like, "Oh, you rapscallion, playing your pranks on me."
I spent ages building this ark.
Yeah, and then the next day, he was out there, he was looking at the sheep, bored about his fucking mind. He was like, "Do you know what? I'll play that prank on them again." They won't expect it. This time,
they'll waste their time building another ark.
Because they'll assume the first time that I was sure I was joking, it was very funny. This time, They won't think I'll make the same joke 2 days in a row. So he rushes down, the hills, and he's
Also,
like,
they'll be more
Mama,
prepared for it this time.
yeah, Mama, Papa, it's raining. There's going to be a flood. All the sheep are going to drown. And they rush outside, and again, it's a lovely sunny day. The sun's beating down on them. There's not a cloud in the sky. And they're like, oh, seriously, Peter, you got to stop with this bloody nonsense. All right, this is your last chance. No more of your tomfuckery. And he was like, fuck you, Mum and Dad. Next day, he's out there tending to the flock. He's bored out of his fucking mind. It's a sunny day, nothing going on. He's like, oh, fuck this. I'm just going to play the same prank on them again. He goes down the hill. He knocks on the door and says, Mama, Papa, it's raining. The sheep, they're going to drown. And then his dad comes out and just beats the fucking shit out of him.
Well, it's 3 days in a row. Yeah, you can't blame him. He's wasted a lot of wood on that.
Lost sight in one of his eyes. Ooh. Okay, so another prediction of the world ending.
The Judgment Day of 1780. So not the Terminator one.
Yeah. So it was the middle of the day. Birds went to roost like it was night time. The cocks crowed as though the sun was going down. And then it just got dark. They said at 9 a.m. it happened. A strange mix of fog and forest fires caused dark clouds to blot out the sun, but they didn't know that. They thought it was going to be the end of the world. Everything was plunged into darkness.
Right. Well, this is a common thing with eclipses too.
Yes.
People think eclipses are weird because they used to be very unpredictable. And have you ever been in an eclipse? Members of the ultra-conservative Shaker religion, an offshoot of the Quakers.
The Shakers and Quakers. Sounds like it's a joke.
And they recruited new members who'd been scared straight by the dark day.
So yeah, it lasted all day from 9 a.m. till midnight. It was just dark.
Wow.
And then it was only at midnight when the clouds just parted and then they could see the stars that they were like, oh, I guess the world's not ending. But even so, yeah.
Freaked everyone out for a day.
The Shakers recruited people.
Yeah.
They thought, well, what if next time it is real and the world does end? This is like a warning.
Yeah, you're going to have to stop doing all those sinning things that you were doing before, like, What will they do? Bad stuff. Coveting each other's asses and all that stuff, which is bad. Don't do any of those things.
No coveting asses.
There's a list of 10 things.
Yeah.
Don't believe in any other gods but him.
Yes.
Don't speak bad of God.
Yes.
Don't take his name in vain.
Yes.
Don't kill anyone.
Yes.
Don't steal nothing.
Yes.
Don't commit adultery.
Yes.
And some others. Is this the third one? The third one. Doomsday scenario. 1910, when Halley's Comet was making its most recent appearance, as it pops by every 75 to 76 years. Few workers in the United Kingdom, writers, claimed it was a sign that Germany was about to invade. Wow. And scientists in Chicago announced they'd found a poisonous gas in the comet's tail.
Yeah, which was bad, because they thought that the way that the comet moves past the Earth, the tail could just,
fart on us.
Drip down all of its horrible gas into our atmosphere.
Spray us as it went by.
Yeah, like crop dusting. When you're walking down an aisle and you fart and you crop dust the people that are sitting there that can't move out of their seats.
Right.
For a little jape. Burp, as you go by.
I see.
Although you've got to do it silently. You can't give the game away.
Well, you could just squeak your shoe at the same time, or
That's a pro fucking tip there.
Yeah.
Pay attention. So yeah, there was some French astronomer, Camille Flammarion.
It's a very French name. He sounds like a Final Fantasy character, doesn't he?
He predicted the gas would impregnate that atmosphere and possibly snuff out all life on the planet. Well, he's just what an idiot. He made things 100 times worse. And as you said, people rushed out and they bought gas masks, building safe rooms. What's that going to do? How's that going to save you? Poisonous gas.
Would you wait until the farts had gone away?
What, you hide in an airproof room?
It dissipates,
You'd just die. You'd breathe all the air. You'd be dead.
Dogs can smell farts.
Can they smell the end
away.
of the world, though?
There was a dog that saved an Australian town.
Right?
During World War II, I think Townsville was being bombed by Japanese.
It sounds like you just made up that name.
No, it's definitely a town.
It was a town called Townsville.
I think it is called that on the east coast.
Taunton.
There was a dog that was involved in living in the town when it was bombed.
Right.
We can look this up. And
no, I don't think we need to. I think we got the full story here, Lewis.
And
keep going.
After the bombing, the dog was pulled out of the rubble and adopted by the army, where they gave it the rank of private, I think. Right. It became like a mascot.
Okay.
And then, like a week later or something, the dog woke up and was barking a lot, and they were
Squirrel.
like, it woke them all up. No, and it was the bombing run coming in.
He's a goddamn hero. He deserves like a medal.
Can't remember his name. We can look him up. He was given a medal. Here we go.
That's the one.
Gunner, a male Kelpie dog who became notable for its reliability to accurately alert Allied Air Force personnel that Japanese aircraft were approaching Darwin. There you go. Good boy. He looked a bit like our boy.
Good boy, Gunner. Good boy, sir.
You got to do it in an Aussie accent.
Good boy, sir. Good boy, sir.
Good boy, Gunner. Oh, bloody hell. What are you doing to him? You can't.
He likes it, Lewis.
People are going to be going mad. What are you doing? Don't do this.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell, Gareth. Oh my god.
Oh.